This is being recorded for folks. And let's jump in. We're just doing this as our warm-up. My apologies that I am blocking some of those chords. There you go. Move back so I can see all of y'all's faces. Okay. Let's jump in. So, getting your D minor ready. And your C. Then our B flat, which is one of our toughest chords. Our F. And the C7 if you'd like it. The C7 is definitely optional in this song, but you can add it in that spot. That's why I have it in the parentheses over there. Just rolling up my sleeve. Reminder to you, if you're playing, it might be easiest if you roll up your sleeve on your strumming hand. Your mileage may vary though, so just whatever works for you. Okay, here we go. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, if you're having trouble with that strum, don't worry about it. Just go down, up, 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 down, up. I'm doing down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down. You can make it just a little sloppy. They call it swinging it. A little boozy is another word that you'll sometimes hear people talk about, meaning not quite exactly on beat. Okay, here we go from the top. Here we go now. David Melech, Melech Yisrael. C. David Melech, Melech Yisrael. D minor. David Melech, Melech Yisrael. C. Melech Yisrael. B flat C D minor. B flat C D minor. Oh, Siman, Siman Tov. Mazal D minor, C and B flat. Now F goes to C, goes to B flat, goes to C. B flat goes to C, goes to D minor. From the top, David Melech, Melech Yisrael. C. David Melech, Melech Yisrael. D minor. David Melech, Melech Yisrael. C. Melech Yisrael. B flat C D minor. B flat C D minor. Go on, C man, C and B flat. Mazel, mazel, C and B flat. Now F, here we go. F goes to C, goes to B flat, goes to C, goes to B flat, and to C, and end on D minor. Okay, how did that feel? Show thumbs. Ups, middles, downs. Okay, we've got mostly ups with some middles, which we're totally going to take. We'll call that a success. Oh, my humidifier thing came, by the way. So wanted to show this off in case you haven't gotten one and you'd like one. This is what I have been using. And what I really like about these actually is you can tell when they're ready for more water. I just added water today so you can't see it because they like get all twisted and bent and you can see that they're just kind of hollow and empty. And my mom got one too. Hi, Mom. And there was an error with Amazon and we ended up with 2 of them that we got to keep. So if there's anyone who needs a humidifier, we have an extra one. Just talk to us. Okay. So we are going to go back to what we worked on last week, which is finger picking. This is a great one for folks like Sarah and William who are a little newer to the group because the truth of it is in some ways it's learning from scratch also. So it's a great place to jump in. At least with our right hand, it's learning from scratch. So let me zoom in a little bit on my hand. And I just want to go over some things that we went over last time. Your right hand, your picking hand. Each finger, thumb, index, middle, and ring, each finger gets assigned to one of the 4 strings, and it owns that string. For our purposes, that finger should be the only finger that plucks that string. So anytime you're playing this G string right here, it should be your thumb. Anytime it's the C, it should be your index. Anytime it's the E string, it should be your middle. And anytime it's the A string, it should be your ring finger. That's a hard rule for us right now that as we become more advanced, we will learn how to break appropriately. But it should be our rule right now. You want to tilt in your wrist so that you're not coming over the top, but you're coming from the side, right? Your arm's coming in that direction so that your fingers can really be close to on top of each other, right? The thumb's a little closer to the fretboard than the rest, but right, they're pretty close to vertical on top of each other. And those are the basics of our finger picking technique that we're going to use. So any questions on this technique? Any questions? Okay, we're just going to do a warm-up of this. Go ahead and play a C chord with your left hand, right? And we're going to go thumb, index, middle, ring, and back up. So go ahead and play that along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, how'd that feel? Thumbs up, thumbs middle, thumbs down. Great. Okay, so now all we're going to do is we're going to do 1 6 count of that C, and then we're going to do 1 6 count of that A minor. And then we're going to go back to the C, and we're just going to go back and forth and back and forth. So C, down, up. Now A minor. C. And A minor. C. A minor. C. A minor. C. A minor. Okay, now we're going to play an F. Go to an F. F. Okay, one more time on F, and now we're going to go to a G. Here we go, G. One more time on the G, and then we'll go back to a C. Here we go, now C. C. A minor. C. A minor. And end with a C. How did that feel for everyone? Thumbs? A little more ish, a little harder, right, as we added in some complexity, but hopefully getting there. Okay, so we're going to jump in with our song we're working on here. This is Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah. I didn't put a title up because we've taken up all our space with the tablature here. Okay, just look at this top line with me for a second. We're only messing with the top line for a moment. Okay, so what I want you to see on that top line is that the exercise we just did with the C's and the A minors. C, A minor, C, A minor. That exercise is exactly what that first line is. Do you see that? The first line is just writing out what going from C to A minor does. Is there anyone who looks at that line and is still confused about what they're seeing or what's represented there? Any confusion at all? It's totally okay to be confused, but I want to make sure we're going over this. Yeah, Sarah. Great. Thank you. We like confusion. Yeah, you got to unmute yourself, though.
When I looked at this last night, I said, oh my God, what's it talking about? I finally understand it. But what I was getting confused at was you were saying the note, the chord, and I said, oh, should I switch then? Or should I just follow the progression of the lines. It looked like you wanted us to follow the arpeggio or whatever.
However you want to do it, it works both ways, right? If you just follow the arpeggio, it will put you into a C. And if you just follow the arpeggio, it'll put you into the A minor. I tend to move to the chord C. Now A minor. I tend to move to the chord at the beginning of the strum, right down and up.
That's not what it's written. I mean, it's not a big deal.
Well, it sort of is what's written.
Oh, it is?
In its own way. Right? If you look at this, the first section, 0, 0, 0, 3, 0, 0, right? That's just an arpeggiated, right? Arpeggio just means we're playing each note. C chord. And you can switch to that shape whenever you want, right? You can not have your hand there for the first and then put your finger in for the 3 at the bottom. But either way, it's the same thing, exactly. And that's the lesson that I hope we take from this. Okay, any other confusion on what's going on here? Okay, so then let's go ahead and try playing these first 2 lines. Let me move myself out of the way so we can see those first 2 lines. And we are going to play these together. So we're going to play it twice. We're going to play the first 2 lines twice so that if you aren't with us at the beginning, you can catch on. Okay, we're just going to start with the C, down and up. Here we go. And I'll tell you when we're starting. For now, we're just going to get into the groove. C. 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 One more time and then we'll start. Okay, here we go. Follow the line. C. A minor. C. A minor. Okay, here comes that F. Here we go. F. G. C. And back to G. Here we go. Back to G. Okay, from the top. C. Here we go. C. A minor. C. A minor. Now F. Next is G. Here we go. G. Back to C. Into G. To the top again. C. And A minor. C. A minor. F. G. Now C. And G. Getting just a little bit of buzz on my A string, and it's driving me nuts. I don't know if anyone else hears it, but driving me nuts. Okay, how did that feel? A lot more in the middle than before, with a little bit of down. Grandma Judy was giving an emphatic down, it looked like. It wasn't just was not, at Ray as well, not just a medium level down. This is okay, so where, I heard someone speak. Say that, Mom? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Can we go a little slower?
Yeah, we'll do it slower. What else would be helpful in this, other than I see Judy cheering along to slower? Yeah.
In my case, it just needs some practice. Practice. Just getting the fingering.
Yep. It might, depending on where you're at, you either can follow along with the tablature, or you know that we're using the same strum over and over again. You can just pay attention to the chords at the top as well. Ideally, I'd like for folks to follow along with the tablature. But, you know, for instance, I'm probably actually looking at the chords when I'm playing this at this point and not looking at the tablature. So whatever works. Anything else other than doing this again slower that would be helpful? Okay, let's do this slower. Here we go. Starting together on the C like we did before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Here we go. From the top. C. A minor. C. A minor. Second line. Here we go. F. F. Now G. And C. Now G. From the top again, A. Now C. To A minor. C. A minor, F, G, C, and G. Okay, how was it that slower? How did that feel at a slower speed? Better, slower? So I know that this is something that I kind of say on repeat, but right, the whole idea of playing. Are people familiar with the idea of thinking fast, thinking slow? So this gets into like neuroscience and how the brain works and psychology and that, but the voice in our head that narrates our world is not actually what controls our lives. It's like a passenger in the car that is telling a story about what's happening, and sometimes it's just making a best guess about the story of what's happening and why we're doing things. But the vast majority of the decision making we do, what we do, how we do it, what we think, what we feel, is this background piece that we don't have as much of awareness of, that just does, and then the voice explains it. And so the goal with us is to move things from being what we have to think about to what is just done by that background part of ourselves. Sometimes we talk about it as muscle memory, right? But that is always the goal in music, is that you're progressively moving more and more things to the background thinking, but you never stop having something you're thinking about, right? So maybe you've gotten to the point where the strum is easy and the chording is easy, and what you're thinking about instead is adding in those suspensions, right? Right, where I'm throwing in some flourishes there. And I'm not thinking about the chords, I'm not thinking about my fingering, I'm thinking about the flourishes. Okay, all of this is to say that what I want you really to focus on is your right hand technique and moving this strum, this fingering, this pattern, to being background thinking, to being muscle memory, so that you're not thinking about it at all. And what that means, right? Because then if you can get this right hand to just be going, where you don't have to think about it and it's just sitting here doing its thing. Let me turn on original sound so you can hear it a little bit, right? Then I'm not actually going that fast for the left hand, right? I can go C, A minor, C, A minor. Now F, G, C, and G. Right? Because the left, I know that felt very fast to some of you, but the point is that the left hand chord changes are not changing that fast. You totally can move your chords as fast with your left hand as I am. It's just that it's kind of overwhelming to have to go like this, right? With your right hand. So just sit there, going back to sort of Ray's point, or anyone, or Grandma Judy was cheering for us to be slower's point, right? Or my mom. Start slow in rhythm. And don't even worry about the chords. Just worry about your right hand technique until you can speed it up without thinking. Right? And you should be able to get to that kind of speed relatively quickly, actually. And we want to get it to the point where you don't have to think about it. So that's what you really should be working on this week as your homework.
Daniel?
Yeah.
Is there a way to use the right hand where I don't have to use all four fingers? I have carpal tunnel in that right hand, so I have 2 fingers. You do it with 2 or 3 fingers?
Yes, if it's causing you pain, for sure. The next thing that I would probably go to is I would assign the thumb to the first 2 strings, the G, the C, and then just use your 2 index fingers. But again, that is not what I would do if you can do this without pain. If you can do it without pain, really focus on each finger gets a string. Okay. You might also, for carpal tunnel, try different angles for your wrist to be at, right? Like maybe if you can come in really straight where you're not bending your wrist, it might make a difference. Or, everyone's bodies will vary on this, but always feel free to change your angles, your wrist angle, your arm angle, your shoulder, your elbow, all of those things. Okay, any other thoughts before we play this again. Okay. Here we go. C. 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 Here we go from the top. C. A minor. C. A minor. Now second line, F. Now G. C. Now G. C. A minor, we're at the top. Now C. A minor. Now F. G. Back to C. Now G. And again, now C from the top. A minor. C. A minor. Here's F. Now G. Now C. And G. We'll do this one last time from the top. C. A minor. C. A minor. Second line, F. Now G. Now C. And G. And end on C. Okay, how'd that feel? Thumbs? It's definitely an improvement from where we were at. I'm going to take that. That's solidly an improvement. Grandma Judy, no, not an improvement. This will be one of the harder things for you, I think, Judy, because it is so very different from the approach that you would take with bass with your right hand. So there's definitely going to be a learning curve there. So for you, like everyone else, I would sit there and just, right? In fact, while you're, streaming Netflix or whatever it is, you can just sit there and... Karen always loves it when I sit with an instrument while we're watching TV. It's definitely one of her favorite things. Okay, let's go on. Let's go on with the next few lines here. Let me move myself up. Okay, so this next line, the third line, is going like this. Let me play it for everyone because it's a little different. We're going C with our regular pattern. Now we're doing an F and a G that are splitting up that measure. Each only gets 3 instead of 6, and each is just going to go down. So it's thumb, index, middle on the F, and then thumb, index, middle on the G. Right, so I'm just going to play the first half of this C, F, and G. So C, now F, F, 2, 3, G, 2, 3 again, C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, F, 2, 3, G, 2, 3 again, C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, F, 2, 3, G, 2, 3. Okay, is there anyone confused by this? I get that it might be difficult, but is there anyone confused by this? No? Okay, so what we're going to do is I want you to play along with me, and we're just going to do that first half of this measure like 6 times, just until we can get it. Because it is changing our strumming pattern as we go. So here we go. 2, 3, C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, F, 2, 3, G, 2, 3 again, C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, F, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, F, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, F, 2, 3, G, 2, 3. One more time. C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, F, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, end on C. Okay, how did that feel? Okay-ish? Okay, yeah, right? It's a... Look, that third line is changing up what hopefully has become easy by that point, right? Our hope is that we've been practicing that up and down in that strum, and then that third line is breaking it up, which is adding some complexity, which is a great spot to be learning in. Okay, so I'm going to play the full third line now, and then we'll play it together. So it's going that C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, F, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, A minor, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, F, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From the top, C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, F, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, A minor, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, F, 2, 3. Okay, let's try it together. From the beginning of that third line. 2, 3, C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, F, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, A minor, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, F, 2, 3, 4. Again, here we go. C, 2, 3, F, and G, and A minor, and F. Again, from the top of this line, C, F, G, A minor, and F. Okay, how did that feel? Yeah? Ish for many of us? Okay, I'm going to make myself disappear so we can look at the whole thing. And let's try playing all of this together.
Well, I think, Rabbi Daniel, as long as you say it, I connect more with your counting than I do with the visual.
Great.
So I don't even have to, I look at the chords and then I hear your counting. I say, okay, time to change.
Great.
It's much easier for me.
Okay.
Everyone's different.
Good.
Okay, so keep counting.
I will. Okay. Let's try this whole thing. Here we go. 2, 3, C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, A minor. 6, C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, A minor. Do that first line again. Here we go. C. Now A minor. C. A minor. Okay, we're going to go on. Second line. Here we go. F, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now G, 2, 3, 4. Now back to C. C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. G, 2, 3, 4. Now third line. C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. F, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, A minor, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. F, 2, 3. From the top of the page, here we go. C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A minor, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A minor, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. F, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. G, 2, 3. C. Now G. C. 4, 5, 6. F, 2, 3. G, 2, 3. A minor, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. F. Okay, how did that feel? Okay. That solidly seems not awful. Okay, let's try the rest of this song, shall we? Okay. This next line, the top line here, is getting a little more complicated because we're going to switch to an E minor, right? So let's go ahead and practice for a moment, just switching between a G chord and an E minor chord. I think it'll be helpful for us. Just G and then E minor. G and E minor. Keep doing it. Focus on where that index finger moves to. G and E minor, and to G, and to E minor, and to G, and to E minor. G, E minor, G, E minor, G, E minor, G, E minor. minor. Okay, how did that feel? You didn't have to do a fancy strum like I was doing, but did it feel okay to switch between those?
Can you show me the E minor chord? I don't have the chart in front of me.
Yes. E minor is what we have sometimes called our stair step chord. So it is, in fact, you don't even need the chord. So look right above my head. You see that 0 right above my head? That's where the E minor starts. So you got a 0 on that G string, 4th fret with your 3rd finger on the C string, and then 3rd fret with the 2nd finger, and 1st fret with a 2nd fret with la. I didn't say that very well, but look above where it has it. So G string is open, and then with your ring finger, you're going to put it on the 4th fret on that C string. With your index finger, or your middle finger, you're going to put it on the 3rd fret on the E string, and with your index finger, you're going to put it on the 2nd fret on the A string. And if you want a little flair for that chord, you take your pinky and you put it on the 5th fret down here. If anyone's finding that easy, that little flair is waiting for you. Sarah, yeah. You got to unmute. Sarah, did you have a question? Oh, yep, there you go.
I do. And I'm looking, I bought several books, but one of them was a chord chart, and it's the E minor. The stair step analogy, thanks to Amy, is helpful, but I have one other stair, and I'm using my pinky. I've got 4 fingers in here.
Yeah, you can use that 4th finger up there if you want. You can either have that open or you can put it up on the...
Oh, we don't have to use it.
No, either way you can do it. If you are doing it, I definitely recommend having your ring finger above your pinky, like I have it here. See?
We don't have to, I see that.
Rather than
We don't have to use it. I ain't
doing
using
it like that. Yeah, you do not have to use it. Leave it open, though. You can just do that. Either way, totally fine. Okay, so now let's go ahead and look at that top line that we've got and go ahead and try to play it. I'm going to go ahead and play it for us, and we'll just play it over and over again and jump in when you're ready. Okay, so we're going G, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, E minor, and then A minor, and when they're on top of each other, it just means give it a strum, like that. So G, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, E minor, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, A minor. Again, G, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, E minor, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now A minor. How'd that feel? Do it a couple more times then. Here we go. G, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, E minor, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, A minor. Again, here we go. G, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, E minor, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, A minor. One more time. G, E minor, A minor. One last time. G, E minor, A minor. Okay, and let's go on and finish these last 2 lines. These last 2 lines, by the way, this is the chorus. Hallelujah, right? And so we've got doubling here of the pattern, which makes it really easy. We're going to do F, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, F, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and A minor now. A minor twice. A minor twice. Just that second line again. F, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, F, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A minor. And A minor again. Now the third line. F. F. Now C. And G. Okay, let's do this whole page again. From the G at the top. 2, 3, G, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, A minor, or E minor, 2, 5, 6, A minor. And strum that A minor. Halle F. Halle A minor. Halle F. Halle C. And to G. Okay, that is the whole song. So I'm going to go ahead and play the whole song. Try to play along with me if you're feeling it. If you lose it, don't worry. Find the next spot, find the next line. I'll try to articulate it as we go. Here we go. C. A minor. Okay, we're going to do that top line again. Here we go, and we'll sing it. I see there was an A minor chord that C played in A minor, the Lord. Now F, second line. F, really, G for music. Now C, do ya. Back to G, here we go. Third line. It C's like this. The F, the G, the A minor fall, and the F lift. G, King, come E minor, Halle A minor, and the strum. And then we get our chorus, right? Hallelujah. F. Halle A minor, yeah. Halle F. U. Halle C. Go to G. And then if you go back to the first page, it goes exactly where you want it to go. C to E minor. C to A minor. Okay. How'd that feel? So definitely something to practice there. I think we'll play a little blues now just to like break us out of this. But something to practice there. Work on that. Great starting point for those who haven't been doing this for the last year but are joining us a little later. Much easier probably than jumping in straight to some of the chord things, actually. So practice that at home. We will go over it again next week, and then we will probably move on from that song and add in another one after next week. So let's play some blues. Okay, starting with blues in G. So we got our G7 chord. We've got our C7 chord. And then we've got our D7 chord. And our G7 chord. So our G7s are 1. Our C7s are 4. our D7 is our 5. Okay, here we go. From the top, here we go. G7, C7, G7. Second line, C7, C7, back to G7. Here comes that D7, C7, G7. Turn it around with D7. To the top, G7, C7, back to G7. Second line, C7, back to G7. Third line, you can speed up the strumming if you want. D7, C7, back to G7. Turn it around, D7, last time, G7, C7, G7, C7, back to G7, D7, C7, G7. Turn it around with D7 and end on G7. Okay, let's play blues in the key of F. So we got our F7 chord. Might be easiest to just play an F and then put down that ring finger to make it a 7th. I find it easier to do it that way. We've got our B flat 7 chord. It keeps us up in the middle of the night, I know. Where that index finger is barring everything, and then that middle finger just goes right over there. Right? Make sure your thumb's around back so you can be pushing. That thumb's really doing a lot of the heavy lifting in terms of applying the pressure, pushing against. And then we got our C7. Back to our F7. Let's go through it one more time. F7, B flat 7, C7, and our F7. So the move that we should associate with that B flat 7, the strongest feeling, is probably that thumb going from over the top to around the back. Move it around the back, put that finger there, and you're good to go. Okay, let's try this on that F7. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, F7, B flat 7, F7, B flat 7, F7, C7, B flat 7, back to F7. Turn around with C7 from the top. Here we go, F7, B flat 7, F7, B flat 7, F7, C7, B flat 7, F7. Turn it around with the C7 and end with F7. Okay, we're going to call that a wrap on today. I think we definitely have done enough for today. That was a lot for folks. And we'll see you next week. Have a happy